The year was 1492. Europe stood at a crossroads of ambition and fear. Kingdoms competed for power, merchants chased gold and spices, and the known world felt suddenly too small. Beyond the edge of European maps lay an ocean no one truly understood, and one man believed that ocean held the key to everything. His name was Christopher Columbus, a world driven by ambition. In the late 1400s, Europe was obsessed with Asia. Spices like pepper and cinnamon were worth more than gold. Silk, jewels, and rare goods flowed through dangerous land routes controlled by rival empires. Portugal searched for a sea route around Africa. Spain, newly united and victorious after centuries of war, wanted its own path to wealth and power. The race to reach Asia had begun, and Christopher Columbus had a bold idea. The man behind the mission. Christopher Columbus was born around 1451 in Genoa, in modern-day Italy. He grew up near the sea, surrounded by sailors and ships. From a young age, the ocean called to him. He studied navigation, maps, and ancient texts. He believed the earth was round, but he greatly underestimated its size. Columbus convinced himself that Asia lay just a few weeks west across the Atlantic. Most scholars disagreed. They warned the journey was far longer and far more dangerous. But Columbus did not listen. He believed destiny was on his side. Years of rejection. Columbus carried his proposal across Europe. Portugal rejected him. England refused. France showed no interest. Even Spain said no multiple times. But Columbus was relentless. Finally, after years of pleading, Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand of Spain agreed to support him. Not because they trusted his math, but because the reward could be enormous. Gold, trade routes, territory, souls to convert to Christianity. In exchange, Columbus demanded titles, wealth, and power. Spain agreed. The journey begins. On August 3, 1492, Columbus set sail from the Spanish port of Palos. He commanded 3 small ships, the Niña, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. They sailed into the Atlantic, away from everything familiar. Days turned into weeks. No land, no clear signs of success. The crew grew afraid. They whispered of endless water, sea monsters, and death. Some believed they would never return. Fear and mutiny. By early October, the crew was near mutiny. Supplies ran low. Hope faded. Columbus promised them land was close. If nothing appeared soon, they would turn back. Then, just in time, on the night of October 11, 1492, lights appeared on the horizon, and at dawn, land. A new world already inhabited. On October 12, 1492, Columbus stepped on an island in the Caribbean, likely in today's Bahamas. He named it San Salvador. But this land was not empty. The Taíno people had lived there for generations. They welcomed the strangers peacefully, offering food, water, and gifts. Columbus described them as kind and generous, but in his writings he also saw something else. He saw labor. He saw control. He saw opportunity. Claiming what was not his. Columbus raised the Spanish flag and claimed the land for Spain. No negotiations, no consent. He believed God had given him this land. He explored nearby islands, Cuba and Hispaniola, searching for gold. When the Santa Maria was destroyed in a shipwreck, Columbus left men behind to establish the first European settlement. Then he returned to Spain with news that shocked the world. Europe reacted. Spain celebrated Columbus as a hero. Church bells rang, crowds gathered, kings listened carefully.
Spain saw limitless potential. Columbus was sent back again and again. In total, he made 4 voyages across the Atlantic. Each time, European presence expanded, and each time the consequences grew more severe. The dark reality. Columbus was appointed governor of the new lands. His rule was brutal. Indigenous people were forced into hard labor. Those who resisted faced violence. Punishments were extreme. European diseases spread rapidly. Smallpox alone killed entire villages. Within a few decades, the population of the Caribbean collapsed. Millions died, not from war alone, but from disease, slavery, and exploitation. The man falls from power. Reports of Columbus's cruelty reached Spain. Investigations followed. Columbus was arrested, stripped of power, and sent back to Spain in chains. Though later released, his reputation never fully recovered. He died in 1506, believing he had reached Asia. He never knew he had encountered an entirely new continent. The legacy of 1492. Christopher Columbus did not discover an empty land. People had lived here for thousands of years, and he was not the first European to arrive. But his voyage changed the course of history. It marked the beginning of European colonization, the start of global trade across the Atlantic, and centuries of conflict, survival, and resistance. 1492 was not just a journey. It was the moment 2 worlds collided.